Good evening. I would like to call the governing board meeting of the Lammersville Unified School District to order on Wednesday, June 4th at 7 p.m. This meeting is being live streamed and recorded, so I ask that you kindly turn off or silence your cell phones at this time. Members of the public are welcome to speak to the board on agendized items or during public comments for items that are not on the agenda. If anyone wishes to speak to the board, please fill out one of the blue comment cards located at the back of the room. The item 2 is our Pledge of Allegiance. Trustee Olson, would you lead us, please?
Salute flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Trustee Olson. Item 3, roll call, please.
Lisa Boulay.
Here?
Benita Daniel.
Here.
Nick Modi.
Absent.
Stephanie Olson.
Here.
David Pombo.
Here.
Devika Vitulani.
Absent.
I would like to welcome again our upcoming student board member, Rudish, who will be observing with us tonight. Item 4, approval and or corrections to the agenda.
There are none.
Move to approve the agenda.
Second.
Based on a motion by Trustee Olson and a second by Trustee Daniel, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with 4 ayes, no noes, and 1 absent. Item 5, committee reports. Item A, District Advisory Committee, that's me, there's nothing to report. Item B is the District English Language Advisory Committee. I'm on that as well, and there's nothing to report. Item C, Education Committee. Trustee Pombo, do you have anything?
Nothing to report.
Thank you. And item D, Facilities Committee. Trustee Olson?
Nothing to report.
Item E, Policy Committee. Trustee Daniel?
Nothing to report.
Item F, Safety Committee. Trustee Pombo?
Nothing to report.
And item G, Wellness Committee. Trustee Olson?
Nothing to report.
All righty, moving on. Item 6, Governing Board Reports. Trustee Daniel?
Thank you, President. On 28th, I attended the Cardis 8th grade promotion. On 29th, I attended the Cuesta 8th grade promotion. And on 30th, I attended the Mountain House High School graduation. And all 3 of them were great events to be at. And there ends my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Pombo?
Yes, thank you. On May 22nd, I attended the Lammersville School Foundation meeting where a new board was installed. And then later that evening, I attended the open house at Altamont Elementary. I always enjoy visiting classrooms and saying hi to teachers, and I believe I made it to every classroom that was open that evening. On May 23rd, I, along with President Boulay and Deputy Superintendent Harrison, toured Mountain House High School with Senator McNerney. I believe he and his entourage were very impressed with our school and our district. On May 27th, I attended the Lammersville Elementary School walkthrough with my granddaughter Zoe, who was graduating from Mountain House High School. On May 28th, I attended the Cordis promotion. Always enjoy watching the kids promote to the high school. And on the 29th, I attended the Costa promotion. And once again, it was fun watching the kids promote. On May 30th, I attended the Lammersville Elementary Kindergarten graduation and the end of the year barbecue. Long-standing tradition at Lammersville Elementary. And then in the evening, along with the rest of the board, I attended the Mountain House High School graduation for the 10th year in a row. And as I mentioned before, my granddaughter Zoe graduated from Mountain House High School, and I'm very proud of her and the rest of the graduating class. And that ends my report.
Thank you. Trustee Olson?
Thank you, President Boulay. On May 22nd, I attended the Cuesta Elementary School open house, and I really would like to get Trustee Pombo's superpower because I tried to go to a lot of classrooms. I did not hit all of them, but maybe I just talked too much. But it was really, really enjoyable. The classrooms I did get to see, I thought I saw a great representation of what's going on at the school as a whole. And then on Wednesday, May 28th, I attended the Lammersville Elementary School 8th grade promotion. And that was a really wonderful promotion. Miss Barrios, our director of HR, was there with me, and the staff did a great job, and the students and the audience. There was just a beautiful vibe there, and I'm proud of those students. On Thursday, May 29th, I attended the Altamont 8th grade promotion with our Associate Superintendent Grijalva, and it was a wonderful promotion as well, very well organized, and appreciative of all the efforts that district staff made to get some alternative cooling system there. It was very, very tolerable, and we all made it through, and everyone was happy. And then on Friday, May 30th, I attended with the rest of the board the Mountain House High School graduation, and along with the wishes of our fellow trustees who've already spoken on their reports, I would also like to give my congratulations to the graduating class of 2025. I was particularly touched and proud of those students that walked across the stage that had a little bit of tears in their eyes, that you could just see in their faces that they had worked really hard to get where they are. And I know that that came with the support of a lot of staff and parents and family behind them. And so I'm very grateful for anyone and everyone who helped all of our students get to that point where they could walk across the stage. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. On May 23rd, along with Trustee Pombo, I toured the high school with Senator McNerney and his staff, and I want to thank Trustee Pombo for coordinating that, and our Deputy Superintendent was there as well. Both Senator McNerney and his staff asked some really good questions, and not only were they impressed with our school and the district, but also our programs, and they are really interested to coming back to particularly to watch some of our plays in the theater. So hopefully we'll see them at some of those productions. On May 28th, I attended the Wicklin 8th grade promotion. On the 29th, I was at the Bethany 8th grade promotion. And on the 30th, of course, I was at the high school graduation. And I want to congratulate all of the kids throughout the district who were promoting, whether from kindergarten or 8th grade and high school. I know everybody works really hard. And I hope that all of our families, our students, and our staff, I know some of them are going to have to work through the summer break, but I do hope everybody has a great summer break and takes some time to relax and rest. And that is the end of my report. Item 7, receiving of public comments. I don't see any blue comment cards. Is there anyone from the audience who wishes to make a comment? Seeing none, I will move on to item 8, consent items for consideration. Actions proposed for consent are consistent with the approved practices of the district and are deemed routine in nature. Trustees receive board agenda background information in advance of scheduled meetings and are prepared to vote with knowledge of the consent items. Item A, governing board meeting minutes from the regular meeting on May 21st. First, item B, contracts under $50,000. Item C, ratification of certificated and classified personnel actions. Item D, updated 2024-2025 fundraisers. Item E, updated 2025-2026 fundraisers. Item F, ratification of 2025-2026 inter- and intra-district transfer requests. Item G, ratification of school-sponsored overnight trips. Item H, approval of early high school graduation, a reduction of graduation requirements petition for one student. And item I, declaration of surplus materials e-waste. Would any member of the board like to pull any of these items for discussion or special consideration?
Move to approve consent items.
Second.
Based on a motion by Trustee Pombo and a second by Trustee Olson, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with 4 ayes, no noes, and 1 absent. Madam Clerk, would you please do the honors?
With pleasure. We'd like to welcome the following 2024-2025 hire: Kezia Haynes, self-contained classroom teacher, and the 2025-2026 hire, Pooja Rai, 8th grade science teacher. Welcome to the Lammersville Unified Family.
Thank you. Item 9, District Administrative Reports. Item A, Superintendent's Report.
I have no report this evening.
Well, thank you. Item B, District Maintenance and Operations Report. Director Dixon is here tonight.
Good evening. There have been no issues with the pool the past 2 weeks since the last board meeting. Some of our athletic fields are starting to show signs of distress from the heat, so we have increased our watering to 6 days a week on all the fields. School ended last week, so summer maintenance work and projects started on Monday the 2nd, and then summer cleaning is now in progress, and plans are being made to catch up on cleaning schools that have a lot of summer school activities. Civic permit sign-ups for the summer session, the short summer session, began on Tuesday the 3rd. Facilities will open for use on Monday the 9th and run to the 30th of June. The cricket field at Costa was open to the public this round for the first time also. And we currently have no openings in maintenance or operations.
Thank you. Item 10, action items. Item A, consider approval of the 2025-2026 Lammersville Unified School District Facility Use Rental Policy Handbook. Staff report?
Yes, we do this every year as the year progresses through the subcommittee of the board on facilities. This is any updates. The board approves it, and then it rolls over to the next year, so we recommend approval.
Are there any comments from the board?
I would just like to thank the Facilities Committee and especially Deputy Superintendent Harrison and Director Dixon for their hard work on the committee as well as the handbook. And with that, I will move to approve the 2025-2026 Lammersville Unified School District Facilities Use Rental Policy Handbook.
I will second Trustee Pombo's motion and also his words.
Thank you. Based on a motion by Trustee Pombo and a second by Trustee Olson, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with 4 ayes, no noes, and 1 absent. Item B, consider approval of facilities usage fees for facility improvements, total cost $32,426.56, which includes an ice machine for the Mountain House High School swimming pool, the clay for multiple baseball and softball fields, and water fill stations, 10 of them, not to exceed $25,000. Staff report, please.
Yeah, this is a part of the process of the facility use handbook, and this was taken through proper steps through the subcommittee on facilities of the board, and we recommend approval.
Are there any comments from the board?
I would just like to make a comment of thanks to Deputy Superintendent Harrison, Mr. Director Dixon, for the water fill stations, because I know that's been a long, a long time on the facilities to-do list, and to see it on an agenda for approval now. I know how hard everyone has worked behind the scenes, and I'm just very appreciative of that. And
I believe that project started when there were covered wagons that were bringing kids to school.
And the original water fill stations were just buckets.
so just with much appreciation, I will move to approve of facilities usage fees for facility improvements, total cost $32,426.56.
And I will second, and I will also echo Trustee Olson's words about the water fill stations. I'm very happy to see them on this agenda.
Thank you. Based
I have
on, oops, go ahead.
Do you want to complete it?
I was going to finish the voting, but if you have a comment, go for it.
I have a question, though. So water fill stations, you mentioned 10, and so it's already planned at the Facilities Committee as to where we're going to install them. So do we have the sites where it's going to be installed? Thank you.
Board President Boulay, Board, Dr. Nicholas. The locations are going to start with our oldest schools. So Lammersville has 2. Wickland is going to start with 2, and then we're going to work to Bethany. The newer schools already have water fill stations. So we're trying to backfill the older schools. And then the high school will also get some water fill stations as well in the A and C wings.
Okay, so so the 10 is going to be distributed amongst Lammersville, Wickland, Bethany High School? And
Maybe in that order. It depends how easy it is to install because we're doing it in-house. So if we can do 2 at a time at Wickland, which there's 2 water fountains on each building as you enter the school, we're going to try to do those 2 first. If they're easy, we'll do both, and then move on to the next school and try to at least get 1 or 2 per school, and then talk about coming back around.
Thank you.
Okay?
And there's a little more of a backstory. So a suggestion was made long ago to try putting one in. And we thought, okay, no problem. So buying it was the easy part. And then we discovered that you had to bring electric to it. And then that took the cost way up. So then we've tried to do different versions of it. And then there was the prices for the actual machinery went way up. So we've been trying to find a way to do this for a long time, but not have it be incredibly expensive. And so we've kind of had a learning curve along the way. And so this is actually a way to use the money well, but also, again, bringing electric and other things like that, it made significant complications, not to mention that the price of the good was significantly more expensive as soon as we tried to do it the first couple of rounds. Fair to say?
Great. Thank you.
Okay, I have a motion, so based on a motion by trustee Olson and a second by trustee Pombo. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with 5 ayes, no noes, and 1 absent. Item C, consider approval of the City of Mountain House to use Mountain House High School's theater for the State of the City event on July 1st, 2025. Staff report, please.
Yes, this request came in. It was taken to the Board Subcommittee on Facilities. It was approved, brought forward informally to the board last time upon request of the city to get a little extra time to prepare. And this is the formal approval of the board for the event.
Move to approve for the City of Mountain House to use Mountain House High School's theater for the State of the City event on July 1st, 2025.
Second.
Based on a motion by trustee Daniel and a second by trustee Pombo, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries with 4 ayes, no noes, and 1 absent. Item D, consider approval of the 2025-2026 Lammersville Unified School District California Interscholastic Federation, CIF representatives, Dr. Adam Auerbach, and alternative representatives, Mr. Justin Nunn, Mrs. Cassandra Skelton, and Mrs. Renee Nunn. Staff report, please.
Yes, we do this every year, but the CIF requires board approval for the people who represent us with the CIF.
Any questions from the board?
Move to approve the 2025-26 Lammersville Unified School District California Interscholastic Federation CIF representatives, Dr. Adam Auerbach, alternative representatives, Mr. Justin Nunn, Ms. Cassandra Skelton, and Mrs. Renee Nunn.
Second.
Based on a motion by trustee Pombo and a second by trustee Olson, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with 4 ayes, no noes, and 1 absent. Item E, consider approval of the 2026-2027 LUSD instructional calendar. Staff report?
Yes, this is the instructional calendar. It's been worked out with the Teachers Association. It's also been shared with CSEA. I want to say 4 or 5 years ago, the board directed us to be 1 year ahead so that families they knew what the calendar was for the coming year and the next year out to allow them to plan. We recommend approval.
Any questions from the board?
I'll move to approve the 2026-2027 LUSD instructional calendar.
Second, I have a question though. So it's more of a curious question because it came to my attention that as of June 2nd, 2025, AB 268 has been passed in California State Assembly, and it's now in consideration in the State Senate, where they are considering to add Diwali to the list of official state holidays, and which in turn, if it's approved in the State Senate, it's going to become a public school holiday too.
And what was that holiday again?
It's
Diwali?
Diwali holiday.
Okay.
It's AB 268, and it's pending approval in the State Senate. So if it gets approved, then what is the process of the update of our calendar?
So House passes it, Senate passes it, reconciliation goes to the governor. He signs it into law. It'll be passed down to us, and then it'll be up to us to work with the Teachers Association to implement it as best we can come to an agreement, because the calendar has to be negotiated. So it would be, I don't know, let's say it ended up on a Tuesday and they want to negotiate it on a Monday. That's the kind of conversation that happens. So
I understand. So, again, it's a follow-up question. So if it gets passed, let's say this year, would it have effect on the school academic instructional calendar for 2025, 2026? Will it come into effect, or would we have to?
it would depend on what they write in the legislation, so we'll have to see the language. It would seem odd because everybody has to negotiate their instructional calendar, so I would predict, but I can be wrong lots of times, that they'll say to be implemented the next year, 26, 27.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, based on a motion by trustee Olson and a second by trustee Daniel, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with 4 ayes, no noes, and 1 absent. Item F, consider approval of 1-year contract renewal with the Core Collaborative for Professional Development in the 2025-2026 school year. Total cost $171,000. Staff report?
Yeah, so this is an important initiative for the school district. We made a commitment, and the board supported that commitment over 3 years ago to boost our professional learning communities with a specific data-driven set of practices that had been modernized away from 4 general questions to resolve at a school site to try to figure out how to best serve the needs of all students, to something specific and a specific set of practices done a specific set of ways. This initiative in particular goes with our 3 focus initiatives and board overarching goals of good first-time instruction, impact teams, and this is the impact teams support program, and identifying students who are not at standard and who need additional supports. So I took a little extra time on this one simply because this is the beginning of a transition from an outside consultant group being the mainstay and training us for us to slowly take over as an institutional set of practices TK-12 in our district.
Any questions from the board?
I'll move to move to approve of 1-year contract renewal with the Core Collaborative for Professional Development in the 2025-2026 school year. Total cost $171,000.
Second.
Based on a motion by trustee Olson and a second by trustee Daniel, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with 4 ayes, no noes, and 1 absent. Item G, consider approval of 1-year contract with MGTAMS.net for managed services agreements for the 2025-26 school year. Total cost $156,594.55. Staff report?
Yes, other than the internet and the phones, our network system, this is how we do it, so we recommend approval.
Move to approve of a 1-year contract renewal with MGT AMS Net for managed services agreement for the 2025-26 school year. Total costs $156,594.55.
Second.
Based on a motion by trustee Pombo and a second by trustee Olson, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with 4 ayes, no noes, and 1 absent. Item H, consider approval of 1-year contract renewal with Inform K-12 for electronic processes throughout the district for the 2025-26 school year. Total cost $58,781. Staff report?
Yes, years ago, we made a commitment to going paperless, and we needed a system and a program to help us do so. We've had this for a number of years. The amount of man and woman power and hours that we have had saved by going in this direction can't quantify it, but this is our paperless project. We continue to find ways to move from the paper to the digitized world.
Move to approve one-year contract renewal with Informed K-12 for electronic processes throughout the district for 2025-2026 school year. Total cost $58,781.
Second.
Based on a motion by trustee Daniel and a second by trustee Pombo, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with 4 ayes, no noes, and 1 absent. Item I, consider approval of contract renewal with non-public agencies, licensed vocational nurses, total cost $681,006 with ProCare Therapy and the Stepping Stones Group. Staff report?
Yes, we have determined that this is the best manner in which to provide LVNs to the district. It's a less cost-effective way to do it, and it works best for us and to be able to have a more reliable service.
Any questions from the board?
I'll move to approve of contract renewal with non-public agencies, licensed vocational nurses. Total cost $681,006.
Second.
Based on a motion by trustee Olson and a second by trustee Pombo, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with 4 ayes, no noes, and 1 absent. Item J, consider approval of 3-year subscription renewal with Tinker for a coding electives program for grades 6 through 8 in the 2025 through 2028 school years, $69,120. Staff report, please.
Yes, this supports our elective program at the middle school.
Any questions or comments from the board?
Sorry. Yeah, I do have a question, and I just want to also comment. I read the description, and it was like, wow, coding for kindergarten all the way through 8th grade was just amazing. But I do have questions on this. So for Tinker, how many schools have they served so far?
Every school provides it.
No, my question was how many schools have they served, or how many school districts have they served for us to?
Are you asking how many school districts this program's in?
This product has been used.
I'm not aware of the schools or school districts that they serve.
So how did we choose this particular product?
So Tinker Coding started in ELOP, and we found that the students enjoyed the program. We recognized that we had a need for coding at the middle school, and the offerings of Tinker start from someone who, I can say me, would be at a kindergarten level, right, and the basic tinkering or coding all the way up to advanced coding. And knowing that our population of students has a variety of skills in that area, it serviced what we needed for our middle school.
Great, thank you. So again, my question is, so you mentioned it started at ELOP, right? So how did we choose this particular company at that point? Like, on what basis did we, like generally when we, select a product, we look at how many school districts they have served or how many years they've been in existence. So I'm just trying to understand on what basis Tinker was selected.
I do not recall how we chose it back then, but I can get that information.
Okay.
Mr. Faubert, do you know the answer to the question? Okay.
So Tinker is a well-known coding curriculum especially for K-8 curriculum. Over 150,000 schools worldwide use Tinker coding. Christy Hambleton went out to take a look at what kinds of curriculums were available for coding and accessible for students. We took a look at a couple of them, and we landed on this one because of the number of schools that were using it already with success. And so that's why we chose Tinker.
Thank you. Thank you.
Move to approve of a 3-year subscription renewal with Tinker for Coding Electives program for grades 6 through 8 for the 2025 through 2028 school years for a total of $69,120.
Second.
Based on a motion by trustee Pombo and a second by trustee Olson, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with 4 ayes, no noes, and 1 absent. Item K, consider approval of Governing Board Resolution Number 24-25-21, approving the site of an elementary school facility pending receipt of the Department of Toxic Substances Control, DTSC, no further action letter. Staff report, please.
Yes. Getting approvals from the state and other agencies is an inexact science, and we have a finite date for our board meetings. So we have been working with multiple agencies to get the no further action letter, which is a key step. So we're recommending approval pending the receipt of this letter. I can update the board that PEA. This report called the PEA report was approved by and sent to the soil engineer, who sent it back to DTSC, who has acknowledged on an email after we posted this item that they'll be sending us the letter next week. But we need to get going on the project. So this, I can report to the board, it's coming, and when the State Department sends it, we'll be good to go. But this allows us to keep moving.
Thank you.
Move to approve the Governing Board Resolution 2024-25-21, approving the site of an elementary school facility pending receipt of the Department of Toxic Substance Control, DTSC, no further action letter.
Second.
Based on a motion by trustee Pombo and a second based on a motion by trustee Daniel and a second by trustee Pombo, this is a roll call vote, please.
Lisa Boulay,
Aye.
Samik Modi,
Absent.
Vanita Daniel,
Aye.
Stephanie Olson,
Aye.
David Pombo.
Aye.
Motion carries with 4 ayes, no noes, and 1 absent. Item L, consider approval of Governing Board Resolution 24-25-22 to authorize the superintendent to take all actions necessary to complete the acquisition of real property and related actions. Staff report, please.
Yes, again, the process of taking over a property to build a school is an inexact science, and we have finite dates for board meetings. And we are working with the developer. We have an important document called a land sale agreement, purchase sale agreement. Within that, we received from the developer their meaning good minimal responses to the land sale PSA, purchase sale agreement, at 4:15 on Friday afternoon, where I had to report to the high school for graduation at 5:15. So this allows me to do all the stuff I need to do to get us ready to go. We do this on every project, and I will continue to dutifully push the agencies along to get everything we need.
Thank you.
Move to approve of Governing Board Resolution Number 24-25-22 to authorize the superintendent to take all actions necessary to complete the acquisition of real property and related actions.
Second.
Based on a motion by trustee Olson and a second by trustee Daniel, this is a roll call vote as well.
Lisa Boulay,
Aye.
Samik Modi,
Absent.
Vanita Daniel,
Aye.
Stephanie Olson,
Aye.
David Pombo.
Aye.
Motion carries with 4 ayes, no noes, and 1 absent. Item M, consider approval of the facilities lease agreement amendment and site lease for Pombo Elementary School, general construction contract with Robellin Contracting Incorporated, $60,946,404, pending the Division of State Architects DSA approval. Staff report.
Yes, the building of a school is an inexact science, and we have to wait on government agencies to do their approvals. We are working diligently with the Department of State Architecture to get the final approvals, but I wanted to point out someone in the audience who's been very important in our relationship, Adam Villacara from Roblin Construction. Their team has seen our district grow exponentially. They built Hanson with a ridiculously short timeline. It's a beautiful school. Cordis, the district office expansion, the district warehouse, Costa, the Mountain House High School 15 classroom project, and Pombo Elementary School. He and his team are the great combination of both small town values and the talents of a big corporation that come together well. They value relationships and they do great projects, and they've been a really good partner for us. With that said, schools don't cost what they used to, so nearly $61 million, and we will have a 900-student school in Pombo Elementary in Neighborhood J just over a year from now.
Thank you for being here tonight, Adam. Any questions or comments from the board?
Move to approve of the facilities lease agreement amendment and site lease for Pombo Elementary School general construction contract with Roebelin Contracting, Inc. $60,946,404, pending the Division of State Architects DSA approval.
Second.
Based on a motion by trustee Pombo and a second by trustee Olson, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with 4 ayes, no noes, and 1 absent.
Madam President, I just for a factual thing, this won't affect the vote that just happened. DSA approval is going to come in 2 increments. There's going to be increment 1, which is imminent, that will allow Roebelin to do the infrastructure underground work. And increment 2 will come in July, which is about the construction of the building. So this lines up very nicely for us, but I neglected to say that in my staff report.
Thank you. Item 11, information and discussion items. Item A, Pombo Elementary School groundbreaking ceremony. Staff report.
Yes, we tried our traditional approach to getting a date, and I won't say what I've said in the last 3 items where agencies have to align, but we struggled to find a date. So I know that Noel put a couple in the board agenda, but we would like the board to help us identify a date so that we can work with the team at Roebelin for the groundbreaking ceremony. The bummer is that it's summer and there's lots of people having lots of plans.
So apart from July, the other 2 days work for me.
And I'm good on June 18th or July 16th.
Yeah, I'm not good on June 18th, but I'm good on June 23rd or July 16th.
Wait, what was that again, Stephanie?
I don't think I can't do June 18th, but I could do June 23rd or July 16th.
Thank you.
Trustee Pombo, do you want to get back with Noel?
Sure.
Okay.
And again,
And then-
these were us throwing out suggestions. However, if they don't all align, we can, again,
Okay.
we
And
just need to come up with a date so we can communicate it where I know this is something important to each of the board members.
Thank you.
And then someone will reach out to trustee Modi as well to see.
Of course,
Okay,
of
thank you,
course.
thank you. Okay, item B, CSBA Annual Education Conference, staff report.
Yes, I think the district's partnership with California School Boards Association is a model for all districts to follow. Their annual conference is not only excellent for its content, but it also is good opportunity for the board members to learn and grow as a team. We strongly recommend everybody attend.
I'm available. I'm looking forward to going.
Yes, I plan on attending as well.
I plan on attending.
As do I.
You better delegate, Pombo.
And again, hopefully someone will reach out to trustee Modi.
Absolutely,
Thank
of
you.
course.
Okay, item 12, calendar. Item A, Friday, June 6th is a special board meeting, a board workshop at 10 a.m. in the Professional Development Center. Item B, Monday, June 16th is a special governing board meeting at 6:30 in the district office boardroom. Item C, Wednesday, June 18th is the next regular governing board meeting at 7 p.m. in the district office boardroom. In a moment, we will adjourn to closed session where we will discuss the following. Item A, Public Employee Discipline Dismissal Release Complaint, Government Code Section 54957. Item B, consider approval of long-term leave of absence for certificated employee number 131048 from 11/3/2025 through 8/3/2026. Item C, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation, significant exposure to litigation pursuant to Government Code 54956.9. And item D, conference with real property negotiators, Government Code Section 54956.8. I will go
Move to
ahead.
adjourn?
Second.
Based on a motion by trustee Pombo and a second by trustee Olson. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with 4 ayes, no noes, and 1 absent. We are now adjourned at 7:40 PM. Thank you, everyone, to close session.
Thank you.